Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Good evening from the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as we get set for great non-conference women's basketball play between the Dordt Defenders and Dakota State. The Dordt Defenders and Dakota State women opening up their seasons here this evening at the Pentagon. This is the second year of this setting, where this year it is Dordt's home contest. And Dordt, it's a matchup of the last two NAI national champion runners-up. Dordt claiming the runner-up finish in 2022. Dakota State finishing as the runner-up to Clark University last year in 2023. Both teams enjoyed exceptional success last season. Dordt finished the year 30-4 in the regular season, while Dakota State finished their year 29-7. Got really hot, though, in the second semester. Only lost 2 games. One in the North Star Athletic Association Championship Contest and the other in the NAIA National Championship. The Dordt Defender women making it all the way to the NAIA round of 16, the third round of the 64-team field before losing in Sioux City to Montana Western. Dordt versus Dakota State coming up next on the Dordt Media Network and on KIHK. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a closer look at this game between Dordt and Dakota State right after this 2-minute timeout.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Welcome back to the Pentagon. Let's take a look at the matchup between these two teams, and we can draw some. We can talk about returners, but you always have the newcomers, and that is the factor that we don't have a lot to tell you about. But let's jump right in. Dakota State, 29-7 last season, 12-1 in the North Star Athletic Association. They lost their first 3 games before winning 8 games in a row, and then won 17-2 over the final 19 games of the season. Last year, Dakota State outscored teams 79-60. Had a field goal percentage for the season of 43%, limited opponents to 38%, rebounded teams 40-35, made 8.8 three-pointers per game. Opponents made 4.9. They had a three-point percentage of 43 while limiting teams to 38 and turned it over 18 times while forcing opponents into 22 turnovers per game. Savannah Walsdorf returns after averaging 12.2 points per game. Lily Mackley, 8.8 points per game. Angela Slattery, 7.6 points per contest. Caitlin Dyer, Olivia Ritter at 6.8 and 6.1 points per contest for Dakota State and the Lady T's last year on the way to the NAI National Championship runner-up finish. For the Dordt Defenders, they won 30-4 last season, 20-2 with the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Started the year 16-0, lost conference games to Doane and Northwestern last year. They were the regular season GPAC champions, advanced to the NAI National Championship round of 16. They outscored opponents 79-64. Converted 48% of their field goals while opponents made 41. Rebounded teams 37-31. Made 8 three-pointers per game to 5.7 for opponents. Three-point percentage 39.2 to 30.3 for opponents, and turned it over 13 times while forcing teams into 16 turnovers. Key players for the Defenders: Carly Gustafson, 16.7 points per game with 7 rebounds. Bailey Beckman, 15.5 points per game with 65 made three-pointers last season. Janie Schoenhoven, 11.8 points per game. Macy Sievers, 7.9. Hayden Hymanson, 7.1. Faith Van Hollen, 6.4. Macy Nielsen, 4.8 points per game. And Eliana Caparas, 1.9 points per contest. Also figuring into the mix for the Defenders will be a couple of freshmen. Olivia Harrison from Lake Crystal, Minnesota, will likely see some playing time, as will Gracie Schoenhoven, a freshman from Hospers, Iowa. Dordt leads this series 27-21 since 1983. The Defenders have won 7 of the last games in the series dating back to 2016. Last year, Dordt won the meeting on November the 1st here at the Pentagon, 89-68. Carly Gustafson led the way with 23 points and 10 rebounds. She was an 11 of 18 from the floor. Bailey Beckman added 18 points. Janie Schoenhoven, 12. McKenna Clucker chipped in with 9. Macy Sievers came off the bench for 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Dakota State was led by Courtney Menning with 17 points. Elsie Esleason had 8 points per game, and Savannah Walsdorf, one of the top returners for Dakota State, ended up with 8 points and 6 rebounds in that loss last season for Dakota State. Here are your probable starters for today's contest. We'll begin with Dakota State and Coach Dan Moe. Number 5 is Caitlin Dyer. She's a 5'4" guard from Australia, averaging 6.8 points per game. Savannah Walsdorf is a 6-foot post player from Kiel, Wisconsin, averaging 12.2 points per game. Angela Slattery is 5'11". She's from Franksville, Wisconsin, averaging 7.6 points per game. Lily Mackley is a 6-footer from Stillwater, Minnesota, averaging 8.8 points per game. And number 31 is Morgan Huber, a 5'8" guard from Alexandria, South Dakota, averaging 5 points per game. Again, for Dakota State, it'll be Dyer, Walsdorf, Slattery, Mackley, and Huber. For the Dordt Defenders, they will start number 5, Hayden Hymanson, a junior from Rock Rapids, Iowa, averaging 7.1 points per game. Bailey Beckman is a 5th-year senior from Panora, Iowa, averaging 15.5 points per game. She wears number 13. Carly Gustafson is a graduate student from Ethan, South Dakota, averaging 16.7 points per game. Number 32 is Faith Van Hollen. She is a 6'4" senior from, she is a senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She's about 5'9", averages 6.4 points per game. And Janie Schoenhoven is a junior from Hospers, Iowa, averaging 11.8 points per game. She wears number 35, and she is 5 feet 11 inches tall. Reserves for the Defenders: Macy Nielsen's a senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Macy Sievers is a sophomore from Storm Lake, Iowa. Eliana Caparas is a junior from Manhattan, Montana. Liv Harrison is a freshman from Lake Crystal, Minnesota. Gracie Schoenhoven is a freshman from Hospers, Iowa. Those are likely the 10 in the rotation for the defenders. Might see Willow Bleeker, Bailey Sievers, and Ellie Lems as well this evening for the Dordt defenders. Dordt versus Dakota State. They're completing their warm-ups down on the floor. Let's take another break, and when we are back, we'll get set for the opening tip. Dordt versus Dakota State, non-conference basketball from the Pentagon. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Here we live between big city and small town, but we don't do anything halfway. We play in a community that's safe for families while providing our kids big city opportunities. We work in a place proud of its rural history that's already writing its future in science and technology. This is a place where we love our neighbors and where a small town is more like a big family. Sioux Center, live life in the middle of everything.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home.
And in Class 3A, Western has earned a spot in the Class 3A championship tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 in Iowa City, Coralville to be exact. They'll be playing Mount Vernon tomorrow at 2:30 in the 3A state championship match. The Class 2A state championship match has yet to be determined, as Hinton and Grundy Center will be playing shortly. It doesn't look like they are underway yet. They'll be playing Dike New Hartford. The winner of that one will play Dike New Hartford tomorrow. And then wrapping things up this evening will be the Class 1A semifinals. Boyden Hull bidding for a spot in the state championship as they play Holy Trinity Catholic tonight at about 6:30. Winner advances on to play in the finals tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Dordt Soccer is playing tonight. They're facing Concordia University, and that is being played in Seward, Nebraska. And those links are on our website, godort.com. You can check on that and keep up to speed on what is happening in men's soccer in the GPAC quarterfinals as Dordt plays Concordia in that contest. We're having the introductions of the starting lineups as the Dordt defenders and Dakota State will be tipping it off here shortly. It'll be the season opener for both teams. The Dordt defenders come in as the number 3 team in the country, while the Dakota State Lady Tees are rated number 8 in the initial polling between the Dordt and by the NAIA coaches poll. Last night, the Dordt volleyball team saw their season come to a close. They lost in the season finale to the Morningside Mustangs, so their year has come to a finish. Tomorrow evening, the Great Plains Athletic Conference women's soccer quarterfinals will be played. Women from Dordt will be hosting a contest tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That'll be against Morningside, with winner advancing on to the semifinals next week. Dakota State and Dordt just about set for women's basketball. Hymanson, Beckman, Gustafson, Van Holland, and Schoenhoven for the defenders. Dyer, Walsdorf, Slattery, Mackley, and Huber for the Lady T's. Dordt in their home whites. This is considered a home game. Dordt is the host of this contest. And Dakota State controls the opening tap with the basketball as Dyer. Dyer feeds it off on the right wing with the basketball. They give it up to Slattery. Slattery throws it left side over to Walsdorf. Walsdorf with the basketball, gives it up to the post player popping out. That's Mackley. 14 to shoot for the Lady T's. Throw it back out to the perimeter. Mackley spins into the lane. Double team brought by the defenders. Three-pointer on the way. Short grazes the rim. Rebound cleared by the defenders and Gustafson. Gustafson with the basketball. Gustafson left side, it goes to Hymanson. Into the corner, Van Holland. Van Holland with the basketball back to Hymanson. Hymanson picks it up, throws it to Gustafson. Gustafson in the lane, lost it. Now tries to fire it underneath for Schoenhoven, and we've got a kick underneath called against Dakota State and the defensive player Dyer. Reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. And the Dordt defenders will throw the ball in left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Hymanson gets it up to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven in the paint, up and down. Janie Schoenhoven with the first 2 points of the Dordt University women's basketball season. And the Dordt defenders lead 2-0. 2-0 our score. Underway with basketball. Dakota State with it into the paint. This is Huber. Huber tries to spin, missed the shot. Rebound taken away by Hymanson. Hymanson feeds it up to Beckman. Beckman on the right wing. Back to Hymanson. Into the post it goes Schoenhoven. Turns, inside shoulder shot, good. Janie Schoenhoven with back-to-back buckets, and the Dordt defenders lead at 4-0. 4-0 our score. Dakota State with it on the right-hand side. Slattery. Slattery into the paint. Nothing there. Cut off. Gives it up on the run to Walsdorf. Walsdorf off the glass. Too strong, no good. And the rebound is taken away by Hymanson. Hymanson with the basketball. Throws it ahead for Beckman. Spots up. Thinks about the three. Decides against it. Floats it up on the baseline. Her two-pointer is good. Bailey Beckman makes it 6-0 defenders. 8:14 left to play first period. Dakota State basketball in between the circles out front is Mackley. Mackley gives it up. Throws it into Walsdorf. Walsdorf spins with the right hand. Missed it. Shot no good. Rebound cleared by Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Bailey with the ball up the floor. Bailey Beckman has it in between the circles. Beckman looking, still looking. Throws it in for Gustafson at the point. Gustafson gives it up to Hymanson. 15 to shoot for the defenders. Goes high post Gustafson. Back over to Beckman. Beckman thought about the three. Decides against it. At the free throw line. Cut off. Dordt with it. Ben Holland, 5 to shoot. Ben Holland floats it up. Missed it. No good. First missed shot by the defenders tonight. Dordt leads 6-0. 7:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Pass goes ahead to Walsdorf. Walsdorf. Dordt brings the double team. Might have traveled with it. Kick out pass on the way. Three. Good. 3-point basket for Mackley. And the Dordt lead is 6-3. 6-3 our score. Hymanson bringing the ball up the sideline. Brings the double team to her. Throws it back over to Van Holland. Van Holland with it. Van Holland loses it on the floor, and she's going to call for a timeout. No, they're going to call a jump ball, alternating possession. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt basketball. Dordt leading 6-3. 7:06 left to play first quarter. And with the basketball, throwing it in will be Gustafson. Gustafson with it. Gustafson passes it in to Hymanson. Hymanson with it on the right-hand side. Goes high post. Gustafson spins into the lane. Puts it up. Count the hoop, and she is fouled. Carly Gustafson with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 8-3, pending a free throw on the way for the old-fashioned 3-point play for Carly Gustafson. So Carly Gustafson will shoot a free throw for the 3-point play opportunity. Eliana Caparis will wait at the scores table for the time being. Gracie Schoenhoven checking in. Macy Sievers checking in. Also checking in Liv Harrison and Macy Nielsen. Free throw up and down for Gustafson. 9-3 defenders. So Gustafson with the old-fashioned 3-point play. She was a 72% free thrower last season. Dort showing pressure defense with this group. Guarding the inbounds pass will be Schoenhoven. Here comes Dakota State with the basketball in the backcourt. Dakota State up the left sideline with it, looking for the fast break opportunity, decides against it. Driving into the paint, nothing there. Throw it back outside for Walsdorf. Walsdorf on the left wing. Walsdorf spins into the lane. Dort pokes at it. Kick out pass. 3 on the way from the wing, no good. Rebound cleared by Nielsen. Dort on the run. Nielsen hands it back over to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Macy picks it up, throws it into the corner. Nielsen thought about the corner 3, decides against it. Back over to Sievers. High post Caparis. Free throw line jumper, good. Eliana Caparis with the 3-point basket. Dort leads 11-3, and a foul called in the backcourt with the pressure defense by the defenders. We'll get the indication from the official. That's going to go on Gracie Schoenhoven. First foul called on the defenders here today. Dakota State has a foul on their side of the ledger as well, Liv Ritter. Now, if that name is familiar to you, sounds familiar, it is because she did play for a season for the defenders 2 years ago. With the basketball left side, they go inside for Schoenhoven, lost it in the corner. And Gracie trying to pass it out of the corner, has it swatted away. Here, Dort with the basketball in the corner. And throwing the ball in will be Macy Sievers. Dort leading 11-3, 6:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Sievers gets it in. Caparis, 10-footer, left it short, no good. And the rebound is corralled by Dakota State. Dakota State with the basketball. Ball comes free. Coming up with the basketball, Harrison ahead to Sievers. Sievers on the left side, works her way in. Tries to feed the trailer. It's deflected. Picks it back up herself. Macy Sievers picks up her dribble. She passes high post Caparis. Throw it into the corner. 3 on the way. Splash. 3-point basket for Liv Harrison. She was quick on the trigger, and the Dort lead is 14-3. Dakota State basketball. They throw it away in the front court, and the Dort defenders will get it back on the turnover. Dan Moe on the sideline. I believe he wants a timeout. They're going to call the timeout. I think he was trying to survive it, and he's not able to. So a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the Pentagon in 30 seconds.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Dort basketball after the turnover. Sievers on the fly, and Macy Sievers with a 2-point bucket. Dort leads 16-3. So Dort off and running here today. They've only missed 2 field goals. 7 of 9 from the floor. Foul called in the backcourt on Macy Sievers with 5:22 left to play first quarter of action. Well, the Dort defenders, they can play a couple different ways this season. They'll go half court, and they will be physical, or they'll send the pressing group in, and that's what they have right now, a little faster tempo. Now Dort switching up defense. Gracie Schoenhoven guarding the inbounds pass. Dakota State with the basketball. They hail out of the North Star Athletic Association. North Star Athletics Association likely playing their final season this year. Liv Ritter with the basketball, throws it into the backcourt, and a race for it, and Dakota State saves it in. And it's going to be an over and back violation called on Dakota State. It'll be Dort basketball leading 16-3 with 5:07 remaining in the first quarter. So Dakota State defending the inbounds pass. And Dort going with wholesale changes again. Throwing it in is Hymanson. An unoffensive foul called on Dort on the pick in the paint. That's going to go on Carly. She's called for an illegal screen. My vantage point, basically, I'm very close to the camera up top. If you're watching online, the camera angle up top, I'm about as high up above the Pentagon court that you can get without being in the rafters. with the basketball, right-hand side, Dyer. Dyer puts it on the deck, drives into the paint. Nothing there, cut off by Hymanson. High arcing three, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Hymanson. Dort on the run. Hymanson over the basketball, pressure applied by Dyer in the backcourt. Hymanson will take it across midcourt, and Hymanson is fouled at midcourt on the guard, Caitlin Dyer. That's foul number 2 on Dakota State, foul number 1 on Dyer. Got a little bookkeeping to catch up with. Gustafson got called for a foul. Carly got one moments ago. Gracie Schoenhoven has one as well. Dort's got 3 as a team. I'm missing 1. Schoenhoven over the top underneath Gustafson. Gustafson off of the glass, no good. Fight for the basketball, and we have a jump ball called. Alternating possession. It will be Dakota State basketball. So Dakota State will have it back on the alternating possession. We're high enough here in the Pentagon that we'll get a little winded. Dakota State basketball. Coach Bill Harmson will make his way up after the contest. That's the plan at least. Walsdorf loses it. Taken away by Schoenhoven. Janey with the basketball. Janey lets traffic clear. Passes it over to Hymanson. Into the corner. Beckman open 3. NBA 3. Good. 3-point bucket by Bailey Beckman. Her second today. Dort leads 19-3. Her second basket. Dakota State answering with a 2-point bucket of their own underneath. That's Angela Slattery. Slattery with a 2-point basket. Dort leads 19-5. Another 3 for Beckman. Yep. 8 points for Bailey Beckman, and the Dort defenders lead at 22-5. The defenders a scalding 9 of 12 from the deck so far. Dakota State basketball out front, Walsdorf. Walsdorf into the paint, cut off by Van Holland. Off of the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound back, shot no good. Rebound cleared by Dakota State. Kick out pass, 3 on the way. Dyer missed it, no good. Rebound Schoenhoven. Janey ahead to Hymanson. Hymanson with the basketball. Hymanson driving in, puts it up with the right hand, missed it, no good. Rebound deflected out. Schoenhoven back to Beckman. 3 on the way, nope. Rebound tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota State. It'll be Dort basketball leading 22-5 with 3:10 remaining first quarter. Well, special thanks this evening back at the KIHK studios. Carson Schubert logging some extra hours once again this evening. Also logging extra hours this week, the Dort Media Network crew making the trip up to Sioux Falls. Very grateful for that. With basketball is Beckman. Beckman back out front for Sievers. Sievers inside it goes Gustafson. Gustafson on the right elbow. Picks up her dribble back to Sievers. Sievers down to the baseline. Cut off. Throws it into the corner. Van Holland quick on the trigger. 3 no good. Rebound controlled by Dakota State. Coming away with it is Sierra Watkins. Watkins up the floor quickly. Passes to the trailer Walsdorf. Walsdorf with the basketball back to Watkins. Watkins left elbow. Watkins gives it up Walsdorf. Walsdorf with the basketball into the paint. Cut off by Van Holland. Shot blocked by Van Holland. Rebound taken away by Gustafson. Outlet Sievers. Dort off and running. Sievers with the basketball. Sievers up the floor. Nobody stops her. She gets to the left elbow. Seal for Schoenhoven. Layup good for Janey. Janey Schoenhoven with 6. Dort leads 24-5. 2:22 left to play first quarter. Steal on the other end by Van Holland. Ahead it goes Sievers. Sievers up the floor. Sievers stops, pops. 10-footer on the rim. Won't go through. And the rebound is taken away by Dakota State and Tabor Teal. In the backcourt with the basketball, Dakota State up and running. Liv Ritter. Ritter driving in. Shot no good. A little contact. Gustafson, I think, was inside the charge circle. Right side it goes. 3 short, no good. Rebound tipped, and we've got a foul on the play called on Janey Schoenhoven, I believe. Hoping it's on Schoenhoven. That'll be her first. Want to spread those around if you can. Carly Gustafson already has 1. Well, it is an adventure when you go to a neutral site, but you are in charge of hosting more or less. We're providing the live stats tonight. The table crew is the normal crew you would see at the DeWitt Gym for the most part. The Dort Media Network crew, we've got about 6 people here as well. And yours truly making the trip to Sioux Falls for a November 1 doubleheader. First free throw on the way, no good. That one's short. And another one on the way. This one's up, missed it, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by. The referees look at each other. They're going to say last touched by Dakota State. The Dort will throw it in near the hash mark over on the far sideline from me, right in front of the Dort bench. Dort basketball leading 24-5 after the missed free throws by Dakota State. Throw into the corner, Macy Nielsen. Nielsen with a triple. Dort leading 27-5. I can't imagine this game starting any worse for Dakota State. Dort with basketball, 27-5 our score. Dakota State with it up the floor, 90 seconds left to go in the first period. Shot on the way, no good, too strong. Rebound taken away by Caparis. Caparis with the basketball, back over to Sievers. Macy up the floor. Macy right side, it goes Hymanson. Hymanson throws it underneath Gracie. Gracie kick out pass, and it's taken back by Dakota State. Dort with the basket on the defense now. Dakota State getting the ball into the front court. Slattery shot no good. Rebound Caparis. Ahead it goes Schoenhoven. Over to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Sievers, a player on her hip, tries to throw it left side over to Hymanson. Steal by the defenders after the steal by Dakota State. And we've got a blocking foul called as Gracie Schoenhoven takes it into the paint, and she is fouled on the way up. Well, if this is any indication, I may need to have a cup of coffee or two before these women's contests as they go up tempo. Need to keep pace with this team will be presented set of challenges from a broadcasting standpoint, but it could be quite fun. First free throw no good by Schoenhoven, the freshman from Hosper, still looking for her first point as a Dort defender. Free throw is up. Front one no good. Second one no good. And I think Gracie's going to get called for a foul on the rebound. That's going to be number 2 on Gracie. So with 57.1 seconds remaining, that's foul number 2 tonight on Schoenhoven. That's Gracie Schoenhoven. We'll have to go by the first names quite often with Gracie and Janie. Would expect that they will play together at times as well. We'll do our best to differentiate. Dort still showing pressure defense. 1-2-2, and they bring all their defenders into the front court. And that foul is number 5 on the defenders. So foul number 5, so it's bonus time for Dakota State. Dort leading 27-5 for Dakota State. Trying to get something going. Carly Gustafson will be checking in. She's waiting at the scorer's table along with Bailey Beckman. Now they'll check her into the ball game. Gracie Schoenhoven will check out. Also checking out will be Liv Harrison. Liv, full name Olivia. I said, what does she go by? Asked the coaching staff. They said Liv, so we'll go with that until I'm told differently. 27-5, Dort leading. First free throw, no good. Another one on the way. So Dakota State 0 for 3 from the free throw line, now 1 for 4 after the made free throw. Throw into the front court, and Dort turns it over. So a turnover. So Liv Ritter makes 1 of 2 free throws. And the Dort lead is 27-6. Dakota State with the basketball. Dakota State into the front court, nothing there. With the basketball, right hand is Ritter. Ritter into the paint. Ritter, nothing there. Cut off. Sievers not given any ground. Into the lane, nothing there. Back over to Ritter. Ritter 3, missed it, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota State. It'll be Dort basketball. 25.1 seconds remaining. We will see if the defenders hold for the final shot. 24 seconds and counting. Beckman back over to Gustafson. Gustafson in the backcourt. Gustafson looking across the timeline to Beckman. Beckman back to Carly. Carly at the free throw line. Kick out pass, right corner. Nielsen 3, rattles it, no good. 8 seconds left. Now 6. Caparis hassling the ball handler. Shot is up, no good. Rebound cleared by Caparis after the missed shot by Lily Mackley. And we've played 1 quarter of basketball. Our score, Dort 27, Dakota State 6. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with the second quarter of play right after this 1-minute timeout.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Welcome back to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is the second year of this event where Dordt and Dakota State, basically they took the series that they had been involved in. Dordt and Dakota State have played for, well, dating back to the days when Dakota State was called General Beetle, and part of the same conference for a while in the South Dakota-Iowa Conference, the SDIC, back in the 1990s. And they've played non-conference basketball for as long as I can remember. Well, the opportunity came to host these games at the Pentagon, get into Sioux Falls, maybe have some of your Sioux Falls fans not have to drive an hour for the contest. So last year, Dakota State acted as the host. This year, Dordt acts as the host here at the Pentagon. And that is how this came about. We'll evaluate in the coming days if it wants to continue or if we'll shift back to playing on each other's home courts at Madison, South Dakota, and in Sioux Center. Beckman with the basketball, gets through traffic, shot no good there for the rebound, and the putback, though, is Carly Gustafson. Gustafson with a bucket, she's got 5, and the Dordt lead is 29-6. 29-6 our score, driving in with left hand, the shot up and good. Shot is up and good for Huber. Huber with a 2-point basket. I'll say this, if you knew the players very well and didn't rely on numbers, this would be a pretty good vantage point. Don't know the Dakota State players that well, honestly, so becomes a bit of a challenge. Faith Van Holland with the 3 from the right corner on the offensive end. Dordt leads 32-8. 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Dordt with the lead early. 32-8. Dakota State basketball out front. This is Gunderson. That is Dyer. Dyer misses a shot in the paint. It's taken away by Sievers. Sievers runs into Janie Schoenhoven. Now gets it across the half-court line. Sievers with the basketball. Macy gives it up. Schoenhoven underneath Gustafson. Give the assist to Janie Schoenhoven. The bucket to Carly Gustafson. Dordt leads 34-8. This is the beginning of a busy stretch for the defenders. They'll be playing in Chicago in 48 hours. Steal by Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with the basketball, driving in with right hand, missed it, but she is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. She will shoot 2 free throws. Janie Schoenhoven goes to the free throw line. She'll shoot a pair. Foul on the play was charged to Angela Slattery. That's number 1 on Slattery. So the defenders right now with they've got Sievers and Beckman on the floor, Janie Schoenhoven, Carly Gustafson, and Faith Van Holland. So 80% of their starting 5. First free throw short by Schoenhoven, no good. The defenders so far today, 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and 1 of 5. Schoenhoven makes neither. Dakota State 1 for 4 from the free throw line, so both teams struggling from the charity stripe. And a foul called on the pick and roll out front on the defenders. That's going to go on Janie. That's foul number 2 on Janie Schoenhoven. 8:13 left to play in the half. Beckman, Gustafson, Van Holland, Schoenhoven all checking out. Checking in, Bailey Sievers, Macy Nielsen. Macy Sievers stays in the ball game. We have Willow Bleeker in for the first time. Where's that Liv Harrison? That is, cut through the lane, and the layup is good. Savannah Walsdorf gets free for the 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 34-10. Dordt basketball, and we've got a foul called on the perimeter. That's Liv Harrison back into the ball game. Gracie Schoenhoven is going to stay on the bench for the time being with 2 personal fouls. Dort will be throwing the ball in. Eliana Caparis to throw it in. So you've got Harrison in the backcourt along with Macy Sievers. Dort leading 34-10. Sievers, cross-court pass intended for Nielsen, and it's taken away by the Dakota State Lady Tees. Bringing the basketball up is Ritter. Ritter with the ball, gives it up Wassman. Wassman with it. Bria Wassman, a freshman from Sibley. She puts up a three, missed it, no good, and the rebound is taken away by Harrison. Harrison with a quick outlet pass intended for Macy Sievers, and the Dort defenders with a turnover. If there's a blemish so far for the defenders through 12 and a half minutes of play, 7 turnovers. Dakota State with the basketball, Wassman. Wassman in between the circles out front. Wassman passes it up. Throw it left side. This is Ritter. Ritter left wing. Three-pointer on the way from the top of the key. Short, no good. Rebound cleared by Caparis. Gives it away, Macy Sievers. Sievers with the basketball on the left wing. Picks up her dribble. She comes back over to Caparis into the right corner. Maley Sievers with it. Now left side, Nielsen. 34-10. Dort by 24. 3 on the way. Nielsen short, no good. And Macy leaves the 3 short. Sierra Watkins will bring it up. Watkins gives it up. Wassman. Wassman, the right corner 3, no good. And the rebound is taken away, and Dort wants a timeout to talk things over. Timeout defenders with 6:37 left to play here in the first half. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the Pentagon in 30 seconds.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
34-10, Dort leading by a couple of dozen. Harrison in the backcourt with it. 6:30 left to play in the half. Harrison tries to dump it over the top for Lems. It's taken away by Dakota State. Dakota State on the run with the basketball, Watkins. Watkins on the left elbow, picks up her dribble, throws it back over to Ritter. Ritter testing the waters at the free throw line. Gets around the defensive player, lays it up with the left hand, good. Liv Ritter with 3 points. And the defender lead is 34-12. Back-to-back points by Dakota State. Pass goes back out front for Harrison. Harrison with it on the right-hand side, hesitates. Goes over to Bailey Sievers. Bailey Sievers back to Harrison. Harrison with it on the elbow. Harrison picks up her dribble. Caparis back over to Sievers underneath Lems. Lems going to work. Kick out pass. Free throw line jumper. Caparis. Shot no good. Rebound controlled by Dakota State. Dakota State up and running. Down the floor with it. Pinned under the basket now. And Dakota State weaving in. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by Lems on the defense. Gives it away to Harrison. Harrison for the basketball. Harrison from Lake Crystal, Minnesota. Throw it inside for Lems. Lems lost it. Picks it back up. She's at the free throw line. Trying to pass it off now and lost it. And a turnover on the defenders and a foul called on the defenders underneath the basket. So Dort leading 34-12 with 5:17 left to play in the half. Dort leading 34-12. Both teams have used a 30-second timeout. You start with 3 fulls and 2 30s. Dakota State used one up early. Dort used one up recently. We're approaching the midpoint of the second quarter. Dakota State basketball. Dakota State has it out front. Walsdorf. Walsdorf at the top of the key. Walsdorf gives it up. This is Mackley. Mackley to Watkins. Watkins right to left with a with a layup attempt. No good as she traveled through the lane. Rebound cleared. Here come the defenders. Down to the baseline is Hymanson. Hymanson to Van Hollen. Van Hollen over to Macy Sievers. Sievers with it on the wing, now at the top of the key, using her dribble, 13 to shoot. Macy into the lane. Macy, short jumper off the window, too strong from straight on, gets her own rebound back. Used the dribble to possess it. Comes back out front, Faith Van Hollen. Van Hollen, Hymanson. Hymanson, three, good. Hayden Hymanson with her first three-pointer of the day. That is the 9th different player to score already for the defenders. Dakota State into the front court. Loose basketball. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Dakota State basketball, left side of the lane as we face the hoop. The defenders leading 37-12. So the defenders have been in control from the start. And a steal by the defenders in Hymanson. Hymanson up the floor, feeds Beckman. Beckman with it on the wing. Back to Hymanson. Another three. Heat check shot, no good. Rebound fought for, and we've got a foul on the rebound called on Faith Van Hollen. Van Hollen whistled for the personal. That's foul number 1 on her. So foul number 1 on Van Holland. And the Dordt defenders, with a 25-point cushion, they'll work Macy Nielsen into the ballgame. Macy Sievers will check out. 37-12 defenders. Dakota State basketball. Dordt women won't be at home for a while. They won't be in the DeWitt gym until right before Thanksgiving, I believe, if I've got the schedule correct in my head. Three-pointer missed, no good, and the rebound is taken away by Gustafson, and she is fouled on the rebound. Dordt will have the basketball back. Dordt 15 of 28 from the field, so they've cooled off here in the second quarter. 4 of 9 after starting the game, 58% from the floor in the first quarter. Now we have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Dordt will use their second 30. We'll be back with more in 30 seconds. This is Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
(37-12). Dordt leading. Dordt with the basketball in the backcourt. This is Faith Van Hollen. Van Hollen back over to Hymanson. Cross-court pass to Nielsen. Nielsen just across the half-court stripe. They try to work a trap. That's a mistake. Bailey Beckman, three, no good. Rebound deflected. Van Hollen comes up with it off of the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota State. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt leading 37-12. This was a 27-6 ball game at the end of the first quarter. Dordt on a 10-6 run. Pass goes over to Beckman. Bailey with the basketball, splits the defense, cut off, comes over to Gustafson. Gustafson, fake shot in the lane, and she rims it through. Made the circle and then drops through. That's 9 now for Gustafson unofficially. Dordt leads 39-12. Those are the point totals I have from my vantage point. Wassman trying to drive in. Her right-handed layup, no good, but she is fouled on the play by Macy Nielsen. Nielsen whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on her. Dakota State limited to 16.7% field goal shooting thus far. I alluded to it earlier, the Dordt women on the road. They'll be traveling to Chicago, playing at Palos Heights. That's the city where Trinity Christian College is located. Dordt leading 39-12. First free throw no good. Second free throw not good. And the rebound controlled by Dakota State. Bria Wassman missed both of those 3 free throws. Now misses the 3, but there for the offensive rebound and the putback is Dakota State's Tabor Teal. Teal with the 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 39-14. Into the front court with the basketball is Hymanson, and she is fouled in the trap. That's going to go on Liv Ritter. She doesn't agree. That's number 2 on her. 2:39 left to go in the half. Dordt taking a lot of the suspense out of this one early. Let's see if Dakota State can work their way back into it. 6 of 32 currently for Dakota State. Ending up feels like they're playing just a little bit faster than they would like, and a blocking foul called on Watkins. Sierra Watkins called for the personal, and that is foul number 4 on Dakota State. I beg your pardon, that's now number 5, and Hayden Hymanson will go to the free throw line. 2 blemishes so far for the defenders that I can tell. 9 turnovers. That's a little bit higher than they would like, but the reality, if they're going to play the fast pace, you're probably going to have to accept some of those. The other is free throw shooting. Neither team shooting free throws well. Hayden Hymanson, free throw up, good. Hymanson rattles that one in. She's got 4 points. Dort leads 40-14, pending another free throw. Second free throw is up and good. So Hayden Hymanson makes both free throws. She's got 5, and the defender lead is 41-14. Dakota State basketball, full court in front of them, trailing by 27 at this point. Dort has led from the start, scored the first 6 points of the ball game, and it's never really been close. Pass goes left side to Ritter. Ritter with it into the lane. Ritter puts it up. Her shot no good. Inside position, though, and the putback for Tabor Teal. Teal, second time tonight, she's gotten inside and gotten a garbage bucket. 41-16, picking up the mess on the missed shot. Sievers comes back over to Harrison. Harrison gets away from Watkins, back to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball, free throw line underneath. Gives it up to Bailey Sievers, and shot no good by Eliana Caparas, controlled by Dakota State. Dakota State up the floor with the basketball. Teal into the lane, and Tabor Teal is going to go to the free throw line as she's fouled in the act of shooting with 1:45 remaining. So a new player checking in. That's Savannah Walsdorf back in for Dakota State. Dort leading 41-16. First free throw is up, hangs on the rim and falls through. So Tabor Teal, a little bit of a bright spot for Dakota State tonight. She's got 5 points. First free throw up, good. Second one rolls around and drops through. So Teal now with 6 points. 41-18, defenders leading. Dort with a 14-12 advantage here in this period. Faith Van Holland inbounding. Hayden Hymanson will bring the ball into the front court. Hymanson, the junior from Rock Rapids, up the right sideline, gathers herself, throws it into the corner. Beckman drives in, off of the window, too strong, no good, but there for the rebound is Gustafson. Gustafson's put back no good, but she is fouled on the play, and Carly will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Gustafson shaken up on the play. And Carly picks herself up. Gustafson's played a lot of minutes, a lot of trips up and down the floor. Free throw on the way for Gustafson. First one is up and good. Another one on the way for Carly. Dort leading 42-18, pending another free throw. Second free throw by Carly is up, in and out, no good. She's 2 for 3 tonight. Dort leads 42-18. 42-18 defenders, 125 and counting. Ball taken away by Gustafson on the steal. She shovels it off to Nielsen, and it comes back to Dakota State Watkins. Watkins into the lane. Dort brings a double team. They throw it back out to the perimeter. Dyer into the corner. Dyer gives it up. Shot on the way, no good. Angela Slattery able to get to the rim but missed it. Going too fast. Beckman with it. Beckman at the free throw line. Goes back left side, Van Hollen. Van Hollen drops it off for Gustafson. Gustafson off the glass, no good. Van Hollen back outside it goes to Hymanson. 15 to shoot for the defenders. Gustafson shot no good, but she is fouled on the play by Mackley. And Carly will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Gustafson with 10 unofficially. I look up at the scoreboard. Looks like they're in agreement with me. Jeff Sager on site for tonight's contest. 42-18. And Carly will go to the free throw line, and she will shoot 2. She was fouled in the act of shooting. Dort's in the double bonus from here on out in this period. First free throw up and good for Gustafson. Gustafson now with 11. Dort leading 43-18 pending a free throw. Second free throw by Gustafson. Rolls it in. Carly, 2 of 2. Ellie Lems is in. Carly Gustafson checks out. Gustafson leaves with 12 first half points. Also 3 for 4 from the, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Dort bringing pressure defense. They get a trap work near midcourt. Caparis gets a hand on it, and Caparis tips it free. Controlled, though, by Dakota State. Left-hand side, Walsdorf. Walsdorf on the elbow. Walsdorf kick-out pass, and they throw it away. Walsdorf was staying on the wing. Morgan Huber was trying to throw it to her, thinking she would cut. And with 31.1 seconds remaining here in the first half, Dort leads 44-18. Faith Van Hollen throws the ball into Sievers. Macy with the basketball, bringing it up, stops short of the half-court stripe, now reverses field, back to the middle of the floor. Gustafson on the elbow, comes back over to Van Hollen. Van Hollen, 2 players around her. Her shot no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Dakota State. 12 seconds left, and we've got a foul in the backcourt called on the defenders. It's going to be on Faith Van Hollen, and Dakota State will be the recipient of a couple of late free throw attempts. .5 seconds remaining. That is foul number 2 on Van Hollen. Here I was trying to find everything up on the scoreboard. I got the live stats right in front of me. Sometimes the simple answer is the right one. Free throws on the way. First one up and good. So Angela Slattery makes the free throw. Slattery, 3 points, now 4. 44-20, Dort leading. 11.5 seconds remaining in the half. Dort will have the basketball. Bringing the ball up is Macy Sievers. 10 seconds as she gets it up to the half-court stripe. Dribbles away from the trap. Macy all the way, lays it up. Left hand, too easy. Good. Macy Sievers with the 2-point bucket. She's got 4, and the defender lead is 46-20, and we've reached halftime. 46-20, defenders by 26. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Wireless World. They bring you the pregame and postgame shows. Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll take a 3-minute break for this first break, and we will get to the halftime numbers right after this. This is Dort Basketball on KIHK and the Dort Media Network.
This Dort Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dort Media Network.
And you're watching the Dort Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dort Media Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by New Tech. At New Tech, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Today's Dort Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dort University. Thanks for watching.
ADTs are at halftime, and we are at halftime as we join things up between the Dort Media Network and KIHK. 46-20, the defenders. It's been all Dort, at least in the early going, and then in the latter stages, actually in the second quarter, Dakota State actually played even up with the defenders. Dort lengthened their bench just a little bit, and that translates into a little bit closer contest. This was 27-6 at the end of the first quarter, and the defenders were getting a lot of shots in the paint, knocked down some threes early, and if this Dort team is making baskets with the pace they play, they could hang some points on you pretty early on, and Dakota State found that out. Now, Dakota State in the second quarter playing a little more even up. Dakota State scored 14 in the second quarter while the defenders scored 19, so the lead didn't expand that much. 46-20 is where we stand right now. Dort scored the first 6 points of the ballgame to go up 6-0. Lead got stretched out to 19-3 as part of a 13-0 run, led 27-6 at the end of the first quarter, and 46-20 is where we stand right now. The defenders led unofficially by Carly Gustafson. She went to the bench with 12 points. Dort has had 9 different players score here this evening. For Dakota State, they are led thus far by, as I take a rundown of the unofficial numbers, looks like Teal. Teal had a couple of putbacks and some free throws, and she's got 6 points. We'll be back with a look at all of the numbers, the team totals and the individual totals, right after this 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Dort Basketball on KIHK and watching on the Dort Media Network. We'll be back with more from the Pentagon, more numbers in 3 minutes.
Hello, Dort University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Here are your numbers at halftime as we take a look at things. Dort leading 46-20. The Defenders 17 of 36 from the floor, 47%. 6 of 12 from the three-point line, 50%. 6 of 11 from the charity stripe for 55%. Dort was 6 of 17 in the second quarter and 2 for 5 on three-pointers, 5 of 8 on free throws in the second period. For Dakota State, 7 of 35 from the floor, 20%. Started the game 2 of 18 in the first quarter, 1 of 13 on three-pointers. That's 7.7%, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. Dort has rebounded Dakota State 30-22 turnovers. Dort has 10, Dakota State has 11. Quite honestly, felt like a little bit more than that. The Defenders with 8 steals, Dakota State credited with 7. Individually for the Defenders, Carly Gustafson has 12 points. 4 of 6 from the floor. Bailey Backman with 8. 5 for Hayden Hymanson. 6 for Janie Schoenhoven. 3 each for Faith Van Hollen and Macy Nielsen. 4 for Macy Sievers and 2 for Eliana Caparis. 3 for Olivia Harrison for 46 points. All totaled, 9 different players scored for the Defenders. Bailey Backman with multiple threes as well. Carly Gustafson with 7 rebounds tonight. Hayden Hymanson with 4. Macy Sievers with 4 assists. Eliana Caparis also with 4 rebounds. And Janie Schoenhoven and Gracie Schoenhoven have 2 steals apiece. For Dakota State, they are led by Teal with 6 points, 4 for Slattery, 3 for Mackley, 2 for Walsdorf, 2 for Huber, and 3 for Ritter. 7 rebounds for Teal, 6 for Mackley, and 2 steals for Slattery. The Defenders lead at 46-20. We're at halftime. Decent-sized crowd on hand for tonight's contest. I would imagine we'll gain more through the next half of basketball, and then we'll start losing some when the men's contest gets rolling. But for the most part, not a bad crowd on hand for tonight's non-conference basketball game hosted by Dort at the Pentagon. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with tip-off, or the start of the second half right after this 3-minute break.
Thanks to these Dort Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value. Today's Dort Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dort University. Thanks for watching.
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center. Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Welcome back to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball still a couple of weeks away. We won't get started with that until I believe it is 2 weeks from this Saturday. In all honesty, I've just been trying to get through the fall schedule, and we are working our way towards the conclusion of the fall seasons. The women's soccer team playing tomorrow night in a quarterfinal round contest in Sioux Center. That'll be against Morningside. That'll be a 5 o'clock start time. The men's soccer team playing in a quarterfinal round contest tonight at 7 o'clock in Seward, Nebraska against Concordia. 46-20 our score. Dort leading here in this women's contest. The defenders in control almost from the start, or I should say from the start. Scored the first 6 points of the ball game and have been in control since. We filled you in during the pregame show. There's state tournament volleyball happening as well. Sioux County Radio busy with that. They'll have a championship match tomorrow, as Western will be playing Mount Vernon tomorrow at 2:30 in a Class 3A state title match. Class 2A, I believe Hinton should be underway with Grundy Center, and that one should be about concluding, I would think, but no score posted there yet. Dyke New Hartford awaits that winner. And in Class 1A, state tournament play today. Boyden Hall is playing in a semifinal round contest tonight. Rebound taken away by Gustafson on the first possession of the second half. Dakota State misses on a straight on three. Here's Hymanson with it on the right wing. Hymanson picks up her dribble, throws it into the paint to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with a left hand, leans around, gets the two-pointer to go. Janie Schoenhoven with 8 points, and the defender lead is 48-20. 48-20 our score with a basketball. This is Angela Slattery. Slattery throws it into the post. Carly Gustafson doesn't give any ground, and we've got a travel violation called on Dakota State. It'll be Dordt basketball. Bringing the ball up is Hymanson, fires it to Schoenhoven, into the corner, Beckman, three, missed it, no good, skips in and out, and the rebound is controlled by Dakota State. Lily Mackley in the backcourt with it, and she is fouled on the play by Janie Schoenhoven, and for Janie, that's number 3 on her. So Janie Schoenhoven whistled for foul number 3. Team foul number 1 on the defenders 1 minute into the second half. Dakota State basketball trailing by 28. Spin move into the lane. Dyer layup good. Caitlin Dyer with her first 2 points tonight. Dordt leads 48-22. Schoenhoven has it blocked on her shot in the paint. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dakota State. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt gets it back. Throwing the ball in will be Hymanson, gets it into Beckman. Beckman with the basketball straight on. Now tests the waters with the left hand. Angles it off for Gustafson. Gustafson with it on the elbow. Gustafson to the cutter, Van Hollen. Van Hollen draws the foul. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Fouls charged on Angela Slattery. Slattery called for foul number 2. Dordt to the free throw line, Faith Van Hollen. First trip to the free throw line tonight for the senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And she'll shoot a pair here as Dordt tries to hit the half-century mark. First free throw by Van Hollen is good. Last season, Van Hollen made 76% of her shots. Tonight, she's got a couple of made free throws, 2 for 2, and 5 points. Dordt leads 50-22. Dakota State basketball into the paint. Working her way in is Walsdorf. Walsdorf shot no good. Rebound cleared by Gustafson over to Hymanson. Hayden with the basketball, bringing it up. Hymanson at the top of the key, testing the waters again. Nothing there. Picks up her dribble, goes to Gustafson in the paint. Gustafson, turnaround is up and good. Carly Gustafson with 14, and the defender lead is 52-22. So the defenders by 30. Dakota State basketball. And the pass goes out front. Dakota State throws it into the right corner with a basketball. This is Dyer. Dyer, nothing there. Cut off by Hymanson. Dakota State, Walsdorf. Walsdorf on the elbow. 8 to shoot. Now 7 back to Dyer. Dyer in the paint. Cut off. Throws it away, and it's taken away by Gustafson, and a steal. Here come the defenders. Hymanson up the floor. Schoenhoven. Layup left hand. Good. Janie Schoenhoven with 10 points, and the defender lead is 54-22, and another timeout on the floor. This will be a full-length timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra. Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
The defenders with their biggest lead of the ball game, 54-22, 7:32 left to go in the third quarter, and much of the suspense of this one taken out a long time ago, but Dakota State throws it into the backcourt, and we've got a trap, and Gracie Schoenhoven working the trap along with Liv Harrison. Dakota State throws it off of a Dordt player to maintain possession of it. Dakota State will throw the ball in. Tabor Teal to throw it in. Teal has had her as much success as anyone for Dakota State. Now a 10-second call against Dakota State in the backcourt, and Dordt will have the basketball back. And getting reports from the home office that Hinton is up 2-0 in their state semifinal round contest and leading 17-11 in the third. As they try for a spot in the state title match. I believe that would be their first state title match appearance in volleyball. Pass goes left side with the basketball is Nielsen. Nielsen with it at the top of the key. Right side, Harrison. Harrison down to the baseline. Cut off. Reverse. No. Decides against it. Now throws to the middle of the lane. Nielsen. Floater. Good. Macy Nielsen with a 2-point bucket. Macy Sievers with a 2-point bucket. She's got 6. 56-22. Up the floor with it quickly, and it's poked away from behind Harrison. Harrison retreating, able to knock the pass away. Dakota State will inbound the basketball left side of the lane as we face the hoop, and actually they end up out near the three-point circle. It's been a long night for Dakota State so far. Dort leading 56-22. Lady T's throwing it in. And the ball taken away by Macy Sievers. Sievers with a steal on the inbounds pass. Here comes Sievers into the paint. Turns. Gives inside. Gracie. Gracie with the left hand. Too strong. No good off the rim. Rebound tapped out of bounds by Dakota State. It'll be Dort basketball. Dort inbounding the basketball, leading 56-22. Sievers to throw it in. Sievers throws over the top. Macy Nielsen. Nielsen into the paint. Gives it off to Caparis. Back outside Sievers. Sievers thought about the three-pointer. Decides against it. Right wing. Macy with the basketball. Testing the waters again. Looking down low. Has Schoenhoven. Gracie underneath. And Gracie with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound cleared by Dakota State. Steal by Schoenhoven. Gracie Schoenhoven with her first 2 points tonight. And the defenders lead 58-22. And now Dakota State turns it over in the backcourt. Dort amping up the pressure. And 5 new players checking in for the defenders. So Nielsen, Harrison, Gracie Schoenhoven, Sievers, and Caparis all check out of the ball game. Hymanson throwing it in. Hymanson throws over the top, finds Gustafson. Gustafson posts up. Kick out pass, back out front, Beckman. Beckman into the paint, nothing there. Back to Gustafson. Free throw line jumper short, no good. Rebound saved in by Schoenhoven. Gets it back over to Beckman. Beckman floater in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Dort. It'll be Dakota State basketball. The defenders have outscored Dakota State 12-2 to start the second half. 15:48 left to go in the game. Ball poked away by Gustafson, and now a hold called on Carly. Carly Gustafson whistled for the personal. That's foul number 2 on her. As I take a look down the line, Janey has 3. And then you've got Gustafson and Van Hollen with 2 each. Gracie Schoenhoven also with 2 fouls so far. Driving in with the right hand and laying it up is Walsdorf. Walsdorf with 4. Dort's lead is 58-24. In the backcourt with it is Hymanson. Hymanson over to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Beckman. Beckman poked away from behind at the midcourt stripe. It will be Dort basketball. Dakota State. Dakota State 9 for 39 tonight from the floor. 1 of 14 on threes so far. Now that can change quickly. You make 2 or 3 in a row and suddenly you're at 20% rather than 7%. Hymanson, no free throws yet. She's fouled out front. Dort leading 58-24. And with the basketball, this is Hymanson. Hymanson to Gustafson. Gustafson, right hand, layup good. Carly Gustafson, another 2. She's got 16. Well, Coach Bill Harmson said today when we talked very briefly, he said, I think Dakota State will have a hard time matching up with our post players, and they have. Watkins shot in the paint, no good, but an offensive rebound for Dakota State, and a rebound and a putback for Teal. Teal with 8. Dort leads 60-26. Baseball pass over the top, Ben Holland. Van Hollen, Schoenhoven lost it and led her just a little bit too much. Here comes Dakota State. Bringing the ball up is Walsdorf. Walsdorf on the elbow. Walsdorf back to Teal. Teal working it in against Gustafson. Van Hollen gets a hand on it. Now we've got a jump ball called, alternating possession. It's Dort basketball. So Dort will inbound the basketball. Gustafson will throw it in. Dakota State will retreat on defense. It'll be Dort basketball throwing it in. And the defenders get the ball inbounded to Hymanson. Hymanson with it. Hymanson up the floor to Beckman. Beckman underneath. Beckman misses a shot. Drew some contact. No call made. Shot in the paint. No good by Bailey Beckman. Rebound taken away by Dakota State as Beckman had it straight on. Tried to finish through contact on the first shot. Missed it. Angela Slattery with it. Slattery gives it up to Ritter. Ritter at the free throw line. Ritter driving in with a left hand. Gets it to go. And Liv Ritter with the 2-point bucket. She's got 5 points, and she can cut the lead down to 31 with a made free throw here. 3:57 remaining in the third quarter. Door to play Trinity Christian 48 hours from now. That'll be a 4 o'clock start time on Friday. Free throw no good, and a jump ball called on the rebound. It'll be Dakota State basketball. Gustafson got tied up on the rebound. Saturday, the defenders will play at 10 a.m. A little bit of an odd start time there in Chicago. They'll get a jump start on the way home. They will be playing IU Northwest. Shot in the paint, no good. A rebound taken away by Hymanson. Lost it. Dakota State with the steal and a layup for Dakota State. And a steal and a lay-in by Huber. Huber with 4 points, and the Dort lead is 60-30. Hymanson with it, throws it into the corner of Van Holland, and Van Holland steps on the sideline out of bounds. It'll be Dakota State basketball. Dort a little sloppy here. And they've got Janie Schoenhoven with 4 fouls as well, so I missed that development. 60-30, Dort leading by 30. And Dakota State will throw it in, length of the floor in front of them. And Dakota State bringing it into the front court, nearly stolen by Macy Sievers. Right-hand side, they throw it. Three-pointer is up, no good, but a foul contesting the three-pointer on Eliana Caparis. And that'll translate into three free throws for Angela Slattery. 60-30 our score. The defenders surrendering the foul, but the free throw missed by Slattery. She's got 2 more. This one's up and good. So Slattery makes the 1 of 2 to begin. And she's got a third one coming as she was fouled in the act of shooting the 3-point basket. And she makes that one as well. 6 points for Slattery. 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Dort leads 60-32. Eliana Caparis gets the ball inbounded. Here come the defenders. Sievers through the trap. Gets it away to Gracie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with the right hand. Left side no good. Rebound Caparis to Harrison. Harrison 2 no good, but a foul called on the rebound against the defenders. That will go on Caparis, and that is Eliana Caparis, the junior from Manhattan, Montana, her second foul this evening. Getting caught up here in the mud, it feels like. That'll be foul number 5 on the defenders as well as they check to verify, but I believe it'll be free throws for Dakota State. So we'll take the long walk to the other end of the floor. Dakota State will shoot more free throws. Dort leading 60-32. And 2 free throws on the way for Slattery. First free throw is up and good, so Slattery makes the first one. She's got another one coming. Slattery now 3 for 4 in the second half, 5 for 6 for the game, now 6 of 7. for Dakota State, 8 unanswered. Actually 10 unanswered. Dort was up at one point 60-24. Dakota State with a 10-0 run. Throw it into the corner. 3 on the way. Harrison, good. Liv Harrison with the 3, her second. She's got 6, and the defenders lead 63-34. That ends the 10-0 run. Dakota State basketball, Dyer. Dyer up and running. Throws it into the corner. 3, missed, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by the defenders. And we're going to have a foul actually called on the rebound. 63-34. 2:44 left to play in the third period. And Dakota State's going to shoot a bunch of free throws before this one's over. Lily Mackley will shoot 2 as she was fouled on the rebound. First free throw is up and good. Another one on the way for Mackley. Second free throw is up, and that one's in and out, no good. Dort basketball on the right-hand side. Harrison to Caparis. Caparis back out front, Macy Sievers. Sievers with it on the left-hand side. Sievers with it. Sievers comes back over to Harrison. Harrison into the corner. Macy. Macy down to the baseline. Cut off. Reverses. Now looking for the short pass inside. Goes back out front for Nielsen. Nielsen with it. 15 to shoot. Free throw line jumper. Missed it. No good. Rebound deflected, and it's down on the floor. Jump ball called. Alternating possession. It'll be Dort basketball. Dort with a basketball, throwing it in right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Macy Sievers to trigger it. Dort leading 63-35. Macy Nielsen with it out front, the senior from Sioux Falls. Right-hand side with it is Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Macy on the left wing. Macy Nielsen. No, instead Harrison. Harrison puts it on the deck. Harrison down to the baseline. 4 to shoot for the defenders. Nielsen back to Harrison. Harrison has to fire a quick 3. Missed it. No good. Rebound taken away by Macy Sievers on the weekend side. Sievers has it poked away. Picks it back up. 15 to shoot for Sievers. Macy has the basketball. Gets a screen from Caparis. Here's Sievers. Sievers in traffic. Nothing there. Back to Caparis. 4 to shoot. Caparis loses it in the paint, and it's taken away by Dakota State. Dakota State throws it away, though. Here's Harrison. Touch pass to Caparis. Caparis to Schoenhoven, and Gracie is fouled on the play underneath the basket. She'll go to the free throw line, and she will shoot 2 free throws. 63-35 defenders. Throwing the free throw for Gracie Schoenhoven, up and down. She's got 3. Second free throw on the way for Schoenhoven. One's up and hangs on the rim, won't fall through. 64-34, Dort by 30. Dakota State up and running with it. 1:21 left to go in the third period. Watkins into the lane, lost it. It's down on the floor, still loose. And a jump ball called, alternating possession. It will be Dakota State basketball. So Dakota State will inbound the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Thanks to the table crew making their way down to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for tonight's contest. And dribbling it in and dribbling it off of her foot is Lily Mackley. Dort will have the basketball. Macy Sievers with it in the backcourt. Macy with it, comes back to Caparis. Caparis to Sievers. Sievers to Harrison. Harrison off the glass, muscles it up. Good. Liv Harrison with 8. Dort leads 66-34. Dort leading by 32. Beg your pardon, 66-35. Liv Ritter with the basketball. Spins it back outside Walsdorf. 3 missed, no good. And the shooting woes continue for Dakota State. Long pass into the front court. Gracie Schoenhoven underneath. Gracie kick out pass. Macy Sievers. 3 on the way. Good. Macy Sievers with the 3. And the Dort lead is 69-35. So Macy Sievers with her first 3 of the game. 9 points for the sophomore. Shot no good and wedges it in between the glass and the rim. This will be a jump ball, alternating possession. It will be Dort basketball with 16.5 seconds remaining. And Carly Gustafson will throw the ball in. For Dakota State, they're 1 of 17 now from the three-point line. Long pass into the front court. Beckman, short jumper, mid-range, missed it. 10-footer right wing. Rebound controlled by Dakota State. 6 seconds left. Harrison's got it in the backcourt. Got freed on a pick. Here comes Dakota State. A desperation heave at the horn. No good. That's our third quarter of play. Dort 69, Dakota State 35. 69-35, defenders by 34. Faith Van Hollen took the worst of that one on the back end on that pick. Got caught blindly. We've got our quarter break. Dort 69, Dakota State 35. Back with more from the Pentagon in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313. Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Dort leading 69-35. The defenders in control as they have been most of the way. They got up 6-0 right away, and really it's been all defenders. There was a short stretch where Dakota State had some success. Went on a 10-0 run. And now Dakota State inbounds the basketball. Bria Wassman walking it up. Wassman with it, right-hand side, throws it over to Morgan Huber. Huber into the paint, nothing there. Kick out pass, Wassman. Wassman three. That's the second made three all night for Dakota State. They are now 2 for 18 from the three-point line. And Dort answering with a Bailey Beckman three. So Bria Wassman with the three on one end, Bailey Beckman with a three on the other. Her third three. She's got 11. Dort with a steal. Pass ahead to Schoenhoven. Layup with the right hand, left side good. Gracie Schoenhoven with another two. She's got 5 by my count. And the Dort lead is 74-38. Dakota State working inside out. Shot in the paint, no good. And the rebound taken away by Gracie Schoenhoven. Left side it goes. This is Beckman. Beckman out front. Right side it goes. Gracie Schoenhoven gives it up to Gustafson. Gustafson with the left hand drew some contact. Ball deflected free by Hymanson. And here come the defenders. A minute gone here in the fourth. Steal by Beckman, racing the other way on the back end of the pressuring defense. And Beckman with it, hesitates, drives in. Short jumper from 10, no good. Rebound cleared by Gustafson. Right side pass, it goes to Van Hollen. Van Hollen driving in, has it swiped away, puts it up. A lot of contact, no call made. Well, we might get back on schedule here. Dakota State with the basketball. Dakota State, and now a foul called on the play against Gracie Schoenhoven. It's number 3 on Schoenhoven. Dort leading 74-38. 8:20 left to go. Not sure how much more we'll see. Gustafson and Beckman. Obviously, with 2 more games coming up this weekend, you want their legs under them when they get to Chicago. Keep in mind they're in their 5th season. Shot no good. Schoenhoven, that's Janey trying to get a piece of it. Had it. Now the rebound cleared by the defenders off of the missed shot. Coming away with it is Hymanson. Hymanson with the basketball. Behind the back dribble. Sheds the defender for the moment. Hymanson with it on the right-hand side. Hayden picks up her dribble. Post entry past Schoenhoven. Squares up on the elbow. Doesn't want to shoot the jumper. Instead gets it away. Backman back to Janey. Janey in the lane. That little crossover. Her shot missed it. No good. And the rebound taken away by Dakota State. Coming up the floor with it is Slattery. Slattery with the basketball. She throws it into the corner. Another three on the way. Good. Caitlin Dyer with the three. Her first three. Dort leads 74-41. Steele in the backcourt. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by Gracie Schoenhoven. Gets it ahead to Hayden Hymanson. Hymanson stops, pops. Long three. Missed it. No good. And the rebound taken away by Dakota State. 7:20 left to play in regulation. Dakota State with it. Savannah Walsdorf. Shot no good. And the rebound taken away by Hymanson. A lot happening. No scores being put up on the board, though. No points. Left side it goes Macy Nielsen. Ball fake into the lane. Nothing there from 10. Now pivots and has a wide open 10-footer and knocks it down. Second field goal of the night for Hymanson. A 2 to go along with an earlier 3. Dort leads 76-41. Foul called out front. That's going to go on Gracie Schoenhoven. And Gracie has just picked up her fourth foul. She's the second player for Dort to pick up 4 fouls. The other one, her older sister, Janey. The defenders now with 3 players in double figures, led by Carly Gustafson with 16. Shot on the way, no good, but a foul on the play, and Gracie Schoenhoven is going to foul out on that play. So Gracie Schoenhoven on the entry pass, out of bounds, gets whistled for the personal foul. And she will foul out after 11 minutes of play. Bothered by foul trouble tonight. She closes with 5 points, all in the second half. She's disqualified here with 6:51 left to go in the game. First free throw by Slattery. It's up and good. She's got another one coming. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound kicked out, literally kicked out, and it's Dakota State basketball. Now Dort working for the jump ball, and Dakota State gets a timeout called. Timeout on the floor, charge 2. Dakota State, Dort leading 76-42. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dort Media Network is being able to go to various Dort sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dort Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dort Media Network.
And you're watching Dort Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dort Media Network.
76-42, defenders by 34. Dakota State basketball after the timeout. With the basketball, Caitlin Dyer. Dyer gets it away to Ritter. Ritter goes right-hand side, back to Dyer. Dyer with it, 7 to shoot. Ball taken away by Schoenhoven. Janey on the run and dribbles it off of her foot. It's stolen back by Dyer. Dyer with the basketball. Dyer up the floor, driving left side, cut off. Back to Ritter. Ritter in the corner. Ritter, her pass taken away by Van Hollen. Van Hollen throws it over to Nielsen. Nielsen ahead to Macy Sievers. And Macy takes it across the timeline. Macy with it at the top of the key. Macy looking. Nothing there. Throws it into the post to Schoenhoven. Squares up. 10-footer good. Janey Schoenhoven with 12 points tonight. Dort leading 78-42. Dort led 27-6 at the end of the first half, 46-20 at the half. So it was 27-6 at the end of the first quarter, 46-20 at the end of the half. Dakota State has never gotten going shooting-wise. Miss another three-pointer from the right wing. They are now 3 for 21. Throw it into the corner, Nielsen. Nielsen with the basketball, gives it up into the corner, Sievers. Macy down to the baseline, wrap around past Schoenhoven, count the hoop, and she is fouled. Janey with a three-point play opportunity. Dort leading 80-42 pending a free throw from Janey Schoenhoven. So Janey Schoenhoven will shoot a free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity. The defenders leading 80-42, trying to extend the lead to 39 with a free throw by Schoenhoven. That one's good. And Janey last year, a 73% free throw shooter. This year, 2 for 4 up to this point. Dordt leading 80-42. 81-42. Missed a point somewhere along the line, beg your pardon. And I know what happened. I gave the 2 points on my running score, but not the free throw. Shot no good. Rebound deflected. Taken away by Harrison. Liv Harrison up the floor. The game doesn't appear to be too fast for Harrison. Pass goes right side Nielsen. Macy picks up her dribble, throws it into the corner. To Harrison. Harrison high post. Caparis puts it up. Foul blocked. No foul call. Nielsen back to Caparis. 12 to shoot for the defenders. Back to Macy Sievers. Macy driving in, puts it up with the right hand. Count the hoop, and she is fouled. Well, a couple observations tonight. One, if Carly Gustafson's a little more selfish, she probably scores 30 tonight. Looked like about every time it got into the post, she could have scored if she had won it. Macy Sievers as well gets to the rim. She has gotten, when she wants to get to the rim, she has gotten there. 3-point play opportunity, and she cashes in. Dordt now leads 84-42, doubling up on the Lady T's with 4:37 left to play in the contest. Dordt brings the double team. Dakota State finds the open player with the shot underneath, and now Caparis unable to reel in the long pass. Tabor Teal with another 2 points. She's got 10 tonight. The freshman from Colton, South Dakota. Dordt leading 84-44. 40-point lead for the defenders, so this one well in hand with 4:20 remaining. Dakota State basketball, they pass left side. Shot in the paint is up and good. This is Wasman, Bria Wasman, the freshman from Sibley, Iowa, prepped at Sibley Ocheyedan. Part of a state tournament team last year, and a reach-in foul called, and Liv Harrison, a little bit gimpy there. Shaking it off with that left foot. Not sure if she tweaked something there. Rotating that left ankle. Lems checks in. Caparis will check out. Dordt leading 84-46. Harrison throws the ball in. This is Kaylee Davis. Davis with the basketball. Davis, a sophomore from Rock Rapids. Dordt extending the bench now. Davis with the basketball. She passes out front. Dump it down low. Shot by Lems. No good. And the rebound controlled. Here comes Dakota State. Drent in the ball game as well for the defenders. Rebound taken away by Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Some of these players played on Monday night in the junior varsity contest, and keep in mind you've got to watch game limits, so everyone who's in uniform tonight might not play simply because you got to keep an eye on the 28-game limit. Right-hand side to Sievers. Sievers gives it up underneath Lems. Nice little move by Lems. Reverse layup. Good. Ellie Lems with a 2-pointer, the freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Makes it a 40-point ball game again, 86-46. Shot underneath, and that's a 2-point bucket. Getting past Drent, and now reach-in foul called on the play against Wasman. Wasman and Davis know each other from their Siouxland Conference days. Davis, a Central Line graduate. Wasman from Dakota State. She prepped at Sibley Ocheyedan, as I noted earlier. Dordt leading 86-48, 2:55 and counting, ball game. Kaylee Davis will bring the basketball up the floor for the defenders. Davis out front with the basketball, lost it. It's picked up and a steal by Thornton. Thornton driving in with the right hand layup, good. Molly Thornton with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 86-48. Willow Bleeker in the ballgame, the freshman from Sioux Center, trapped. Gets it away to Brooke Smith. Smith left side. This is Drent. Drent Davis. Davis, three, no good, but there for the rebound and the putback. Bleeker. Bleeker unable to put it back. Now a long pass over the top. Dakota State. Lady T's with it. Shot in the paint is up and good for Dakota State. And that's Brooke Gunderson. Gunderson with a two. Now Dakota State with a steal in the backcourt. 86-54. Dort with the basketball. 2 minutes remaining. Bailey Sievers has it poked away from behind. So 1:54 remaining. Score will end up being a little more respectable than it actually was. 86-54 our score. Looks like we might have to make some corrections on the statistics. Underneath it goes, and the shot in the paint is up and good. 2-point bucket for Bailey Sievers. She is fouled on the play. She'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play opportunity. 88-54 now, pending the free throw. So 88-54. Free throw up, free throw good for Sievers. So it's 89-54. Defenders. Dakota State with a basketball. Dakota State out front with it is Chappell. Chappell gives it up. 1:30 and counting. And losing the basketball out of bounds, it's Dakota State. Dort gets the basketball back. Gunderson lost it out of bounds. 89-54. So Dort in front, and Dort not having any trouble really tonight. And a steal, but a kick called against Dakota State. It'll be Dort basketball near midcourt. The defenders leading 89-54. At least I believe it's 89-54. Pass underneath goes to and that's going to be charged against Dakota State. Drent will go to the free throw line. 89-54 the defenders. Leading. Free throw on the way for Drent off the heel. No good. Another one on the way. Second free throw on the way for Drent is up and good. So Drent makes one of two. And the defender lead is 90-54. 90-54 our score. Pass, left side, shot no good, and the rebound deflected up, picked up by Davis under a minute to go. And Davis with it on the left-hand side. Davis, they bring a double team, picks up her dribble, throws it to Drent. Drent, baseline Sievers, Bailey with it, puts it up, shot no good. Loose basketball picked up by Smith. Smith to Bleeker. Bleeker for the basketball. Bleeker into the paint and lost it out of bounds. Last touch by the defenders. It'll be Dakota State basketball. So Dakota State with the basketball in the backcourt. 26.9 seconds remaining. And Dakota State has it. Brooke Gunderson. Gunderson gives it up. Throw it left wing. Lady T's trying to cut into the lead with the basketball. Bennick. And Bennick shot is blocked out of bounds. Bailey Sievers credit for that block. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Dakota State basketball on the right-hand side. Dakota State leading, trailing, I should say, 90-54. Shot no good. Rebound cleared by Brooke Smith, and that's the ball game. Our final score: Dort 90, Dakota State 54. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the Wireless World post-game show right after this on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
The Dordt defenders never really challenged in this one. Scored the first 6 points of the ball game, 19 of the first 22. They lead 27-6 at the end of the first quarter, 46-20 at the end of the first half, 69-35 at the quarter break, and they win it by a final of 90-54. And they still managed to outscore Dakota State 21-19 in the fourth quarter of play, and that's your final, 90-54. The Dordt defenders led tonight by their returning All-American Carly Gustafson. Gustafson 16 points tonight unofficially. Taking a look at the official numbers, looks like they agree with me. She was 6 of 10 from the field, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, a double-double for Gustafson. She has 11 rebounds as well. The defenders ended up with 4 players in double figures. Janie Schoenhoven also got there. She had 15 points, 7 of 9 from the floor. And also with double figures, Macy Sievers and Bailey Backman. We'll take a look at all the numbers in just a little bit. This is the Wireless World postgame show brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Here are the numbers as we take a look at today's contest. First of all, for Dakota State, 20 of 67 from the floor, 29.9%. They did go 13 for 32 in the second half, so that was a little bit better. 3 of 23 from the three-point line for 13%. 11 to 20 on free throws, 55%. Dordt had a 56-40 rebounding edge as well. Dordt turned it over 20 times. Dakota State turned it over 25 times. Dordt was 34 of 75 from the floor for 45.3%. 9 of 19 from the three-point line for 47.4%. 13 of 20 on free throws, 65%. The defenders, as I noted, led by Carly Gustafson with 16 points. Here's all of your scoring for the defenders. Jeannie Schoenhoven, 15 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Bailey Backman, 11 points. She was 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Macy Sievers, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the floor. 8 points for Liv Harrison in her Dort debut. Gracie Schoenhoven, 5 points in her Dort debut. She fouled out, played 11 minutes. Faith Van Hollen, 5 points tonight. Hayden Hymanson, 5 points as well. 3 for Bailey Sievers, 2 for Eliana Caparis, and 2 for Ellie Lems. 1 for Taylor Drent. For Dort's total of 90. The defenders led in rebounding by Carly Gustafson with 11. Eliana Caparis ends up with 7. 7 as well for Hayden Hymanson. 4 for Janie Schoenhoven, 5 for Olivia Harrison, and 3 for Bailey Backman. No one else with more than 2. 5 assists for Hayden Hymanson, 8 assists for Macy Sievers. She also had 3 steals, as did Faith Van Holland and Janie Schoenhoven. 1 block shot apiece for Sievers. That's Bailey Sievers and Faith Van Holland. For Dakota State, they were led in scoring tonight by Tabor Teal. She ends up with 12 points, 5 of 7 from the floor, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. She also grabbed 9 rebounds. 9 points for Slattery, 5 for Bria Wasman, 5 for Olivia Ritter, 5 for Dyer, 4 for Walsdorf, 4 for Mackley, 4 for Huber, 2 for Gunderson, 4 for Thornton for their total of 54. 8 rebounds for Mackley, 4 for Walsdorf, 7 for Slattery. 9 for Teal. 2 assists each for Walsdorf and Huber, and 4 steals for Slattery. Dyer also had 3 steals. Dakota State is now 0-1. The Dordt defenders improved to 1-0. Next up for the defenders, they will be traveling to Chicago. Palos Heights. They'll play a couple of games, one on Friday, one on Saturday, and then return back home. They'll be playing locally next Friday and Saturday in Orange City at the Northwestern Classic, and won't open the home portion of their schedule until we get to Great Plains Athletic Conference play. So we got a little ways to go before we get the defenders in the DeWitt Gym. Also on the schedule in December, before we get to the Christmas break, a road trip up to Brookings to take on NCAA Division I opponent, South Dakota State. So all that highlighting the schedule yet to come for the Dordt women's basketball team. Bill Harmson said he would make his way up to the rafters here at the Pentagon. We'll tread water for a little while. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more from the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, right after this 2-minute break on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Welcome back to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Still waiting on Bill Harmson, and I would imagine he will make his way up. And I'm going to do a little bit of checking to see if we've got any soccer updates yet. They're probably just getting ready to play in Seward, Nebraska, Dordt and Concordia in Great Plains Athletic Conference men's quarterfinal round play. But it does look like the live stats are up and running. And we will keep an eye on that as things progress. We're about 10 minutes away from the start of our men's basketball game, matching up Dakota State 0-2 against the Dordt Defenders, who are 1-0. So the men's game to begin in just a little bit, and we'll get into the pregame show. And I'll tell you what, we may as well do that right now. I don't have much more to tell you about the women's contest. So we'll get into the men's contest. We'll take a look at the pregame, and don't know what the plan is on the Dordt Media Network, if we're going to be cutting things off and going into the men's contest. We'll have to restart the stream, I would imagine, at some point, so we will take a break. Trying to think through what may be the best solution for that here with 9.5 minutes left to go. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break now. We're going to close down the women's stream, and we'll get the men's stream started. So back at the KIHK studios, let's take a 3-minute break. In the meantime, we'll get the Dordt Media Network restarted, and we'll be back with the men's pregame and hopefully Bill Harmson on the postgame show when we're back in 3 minutes. This is Dordt Basketball.